All right, so thank you everyone and welcome to Drink and Grow Rich. So I see Dan Fomadu joining us from Lagos. So we're having Abuja, we're having Umuahia, we're having the US, we're having Port Harcourt and many other cities joining in. Thank you very much. So let's get this started. A little disclaimer here that this information is not intended to replace the services of trained health professionals or to be a substitute for medical advice. You are advised to consult with your healthcare professionals with regard to matters relating to your health, particularly regarding matters that may require diagnosis or medical attention. Please, this information shared here is for informational and educational purposes only. The Food and Drug Administrations have not evaluated these statements, and this material is created for the express purpose of sharing educational information and scientific research gathered from the studies and experience of authors, healthcare professionals, and scientists, nutritionists, and informed health advocates. So you know. So before beginning any practice relating your health, your diet or hydration, we highly recommend that you first obtain the consent and advice of a licensed healthcare professional. And the information contained herein is not intended to replace a one-on-one relationship with your doctor or qualified healthcare professional. This information is not also intended as medical advice, but rather a sharing of knowledge and information from the research and experience of the presenters. The presenters encourage you to make your own healthcare decisions based on your research and in partnership with a qualified healthcare professional. That being said, you and only you are responsible if you choose to do anything based on what you will be hearing here tonight. So that out of the way, let's begin. There's a Low Harris poll out there. You might want to go check it out. And it's truly a fact, and this fact resonates even today, that 96% of the people lying awake at night today are disturbed and are concerned about two things. People are actually concerned about their health, and people are concerned about their finances. When you see somebody having difficulty to actually sleep deep into the night, two things might be a major concern: health related or financially related. Well, this is a Low Harris poll. You might go check yours out, but I think many of us will resonate with this. In any way, we'll be able to come in between as a bridge to solve either or both. I think it will be a highly welcome recommendation, and that's what we choose. We trust we'll be doing this night here in Nigeria, Lagos, where I am, or depending on where you are joining us from. Now, they don't call the illness wellness continuum. Today, we're having a high level of premature deaths. Listen, some of them are avoidable. People are dying avoidable death. For some of them, the signs came and they didn't pay attention to the signs. The symptoms begin to show up. People don't pay attention to the symptoms. Before you know, people are having disabilities, and we are now seeing gone too soon. You know, for many of us, we are people of faith. And so once we see things, well, no, it's as if we are anti-doctor, anti-naming of anything. No, it does not exist. So we are getting to see a lot of people playing, put the ostrich game. You put your head in the sand and you are not paying attention, and more people are dying. So what we do here every night is, in the words of Robin Sharma, create awareness. Robin Sharma said better awareness will create better choices, and better choices will create better results. You cannot alter your result until you alter your choices. You cannot alter your choices if there's no new information making you to make that detour to the new way of life that you choose to follow. So we create awareness. Collectively, we educate ourselves so that we can grow into a higher level of wellness. Remember, a healthy populace is a healthy nation. What you drink matters. It doesn't matter your religious belief. I tell people what you drink is very, very important. And I would like to share a particular conviction that I saw in the Bible. And again, no apologies. I'm a believer in the Bible, and I use that as my guiding light. But I was reading a scripture, and I came upon John 4 verse 13. Jesus was having a conversation with a woman. It had to do with water. And the woman was talking about the well that Abraham had. It was their water. Jesus said, okay, in response, verse 13, John 4 verse 13. Jesus replied, anyone who drinks this water will become thirsty again. Your water. But he said, but those who drink the water that I will give will never be thirsty again. Now, they are both talking about water, but he said, listen, there is a type of water you take, you'll be thirsty. There is a type of water I take, and I will give, You will never be thirsty. But he went ahead to say it becomes a fresh bubbling spring within them, giving them eternal life. Now, you see, I underline the word intentionally there, it becomes. Because just like we had fellas singing, he said, water no get enemy. But from this, you get to understand if you take the wrong water, it will become sickness. It will become an enemy. If you take the right water, it becomes a fresh bubbling spring. Science will tell us water is neutral, but this scripture is telling us there is no neutral point. If it gets into your body, it's not neutral. It's got to be something, good or bad. What does that say? Not all water is created equal. Now, there are places around the world you get to hear of miracle water, wonder water. They exist in places like France, Mexico, Germany, India. Saudi Arabia has the Zamzam water. Those of us in Nigeria, we have Southwest here, we have the Osun Ikogosi spring water. And people go there telling you how they take the water and they get to see some healing effect. Well, science does not endorse things until it is well proven. Back in 1950, a research began and was conducted in some of these unique locations around the world. Why for thousands of years, these places have maintained legendary status as a natural source for miracle or wonder water. At the end of all of this, they found that there was one thing that was a common thread in all these locations that were tested, is that the water contains what is called active hydrogen. Active hydrogen. Now, what is active hydrogen? Active hydrogen plays three roles. It serves as antioxidant, it serves as anti-aging, it serves as ORP. Okay, I'll be coming to throw more light on that last one. Some of us might be familiar with antioxidant, anti-aging. Okay, just fasten your seatbelt. We'll come back and take a look at that. Okay, Guy Mang is from Jos. Thank you for joining in from Jos. Okay, so let's continue here. This is Mr. Oshiro, the founder of this company. Mr. Oshiro just celebrated his 83rd birthday this week, turned 83. He's from a place in Japan where they have the largest cluster of longevity on earth, over 450 people who are over 100 years in one particular location. It's called Okinawa. Go check it out. 450 people over 100 years. I said, if that place exists anywhere in Nigeria, that will be a shrine. All the politicians will be going there to go and worship the gods and seek their blessings all over. Thank you, Neka, for joining in from Oshogbo. Well, Mr. Oshiro is the founder of a company called Energic. Energic is a Japanese company that manufactures medical-grade Kangen water machines, which provide healthy therapeutic water for in-home use. So Energic does not sell water. Energic sells, manufactures, and produces medical-grade Kangen water machine. So it's the machine that it's their production. Now, the word Kangen is a Japanese word. It simply means back to origin, return to origin. That's what Kangen means in Japan. So when we talk about Kangen water, we are talking about a medical grade water that helps the human body to reset itself back the way God intended it to be. Now, this company has been around for 50 years. June this year, they will be celebrating 50 years. So listen, this is 5 decades of having this beautiful project running. Is not on trial. Now, within these 50 years, currently they are in 26 countries, 43 locations. Now, they are in almost all the world. But places where you have edifice, offices, representations of the company, they do not have a franchise. If anybody in anywhere in Ghana, in Cote d'Ivoire, in South Africa said they are the representative, there's no franchise. Every country you see represented here is opened up by the company, staffed by the company, run by the company, so that you are not taken advantage of wherever you are. So 26 countries, 43 locations, and you can see on the map, you can see that Nigeria is the only country servicing the whole of Africa. As at August 2022, we had 48 years of this company's operation. We had less than 5,000 of these devices in the whole of Africa. Nigeria was the country with the highest number, yet less than 2,000 of these devices had come into Nigeria in 48 years. What does that say to you? It wasn't present here. It's even people who traveled out who got to find out about this and they came in to share. That's how many people got on board with this. So the Nigerian office was officially opened May 10th, 2023. I was at the office briefly this evening to pick up some things. 105 Adeni Jones, ABC bus stop. You can always walk in there and interact and get to learn more daily there. This is their factory in Osaka in Japan, where all these things are being produced and crafted, and this has given them lots of awards, certifications, and documented recognitions. But two are outstanding for us. One is from the Japanese Ministry of Health that endorses this device as a medical device. The International Standard Organization also endorsed this device that it is a medical device, giving it the ISO number 13485. You may want to go and do your research with that ISO number 13485. Only one company on planet Earth today has that number. Everyone says, oh, we are coming, we are going to get it. Nobody has gotten it yet. So when a company plays in 50 years and they are the only one with a particular in a category, because these numbers are not lifetime numbers, every 5 years they come to check if they are still meeting the requirements, and yet only one company is meeting it. That tells you how loud this is for us, that Energy got this endorsement as a medical device manufacturer. So this is what the product looks like. This is a flagship product. We call it the SD501. It's actually a state-of-the-art technology helping to provide and produce 5 types of water. So it produces what we call Kangen water. It produces clean water. It produces beauty water. It produces strong Kangen water, and it produces strong acidic water. In terms of the pH level, there are 7 range of this water. We have the 8.5, 9, 9.5, which is the drinkable range. Your clean water is a pH of 7. You can still drink it, right? So, but from our elementary school, pH is 7 for our clean water. Your beauty water is a range 4.5 to 5.5. Your strong Kangen water 11.5. Your strong acidic water is 2.5. So when some person say it produces 5 types of water, others say 7 types of water, they are correct. They are just referencing different angle of this elephant. Well, remember when we talked about active hydrogen, we said active hydrogen is broken into antioxidant, anti-aging, and the OROP. Oxidation ages us. The more you expose yourself to oxidation, you will be aged faster. Antioxidants are very good, which is why it seems our ladies have a better understanding and a perspective of this. They go juicing, they go smoothie, preparation of smoothies and all kind of fruiting. It helps in reversing the aging process. Get yourself an apple today, cut it into 2, 3 to 5 minutes, you see your apple going brown. What is happening? That is oxidation happening right before your eyes. Buy some silver, shining looking nails today, give it a couple of days, you'll see the rusty effect and the impact of oxidation. Perhaps you walk into the grocery store or you go to the market, you get yourself some tomatoes, and a few days later, that tomatoes is also getting oxidized. Now, if all of these are getting oxidized, and you can see every time they get oxidized, they go bad. Your apple gets oxidized, it goes bad. What do you think happens to your water? Just like, again, Fela sang, he said, water no get enemy. And those of us who are of the Christian faith who said, oh, the Bible says that gives a cup of water to the prophet will receive the prophet's reward. And you come visiting and somebody gives you a glass of water. You take a sip of the water, you hold the glass, and you go into varying talking heads. In Nigeria, we wake up to every day with a particular news line, and we can just begin to talk for hours. But while we're having this conversation, the water is still in our hand. We are not drinking them. We probably keep them open on the table. I ask people, what's the formula for water? H2O. Oxygen is involved. Once your oxygen is involved and you keep your water open, your water is getting oxidized. Unfortunately, the taste is not changing. Unfortunately, the color remains the same. It's colorless, right? Ladies and gentlemen, that water is dying. So what people do not know is that we have good water, we have bad water. But every time, at every point in time that you expose your water and living tissues is now exposed to oxidation, it comes down to sicknesses, whether it is water, whether it's your tomatoes, whether it's your apple, whether it's even human. Once we expose any living tissue to oxidation, they begin to die, and you begin to see the impact of oxidation. So what are we talking about here? How do we measure this oxidation reduction potential? That's what we call the OROP. Take it backward. It means the potential to reduce oxidation. As much as possible, we want to reduce oxidation. In Nigeria here, all forms of smoky car are on our street. oxidizing our space and actually giving poisonous air for us to breathe in, okay? But when it comes to our water, once you test it is positive, it's bad. If it's negative, it's good. All form of bottled water, unfortunately, they're oxidized. 200 plus in this case. Your tap water is 300 plus. Your soda drink, Coke, Fanta, 7-Up, Mirinda, all forms of sugar sweetened beverages that we take 400 plus and above. Very, very bad. You see your green tea, which is why you see the Asians, they are giving a lot to green tea. Minus 100. Your fresh fruit, your vegetables, the smoothies we make, very beneficial for your health. Those of us that are going green, very, very good. Those of us that are vegetarians, perfect health is coming your way. It's minus 100. Your vitamin C is minus 100. Your cod liver oil is minus 200. But you see, your glass of Kangen water is minus 400 and above. So how do we know how to read this? How do we know the impact of this? Because everything on the left is highly oxidizing and everything on the right is good for your health. Take a look at this and let's see how it goes. So first, this is our tap water. Second glass is your reverse osmosis water. Then we have Fiji, which is a mineral water. This is Evian water. I tested this water this week. I was with Mr. Dan, went somewhere, and they brought Evian water and we tested it. Then you have your soft drink, 7-Up representing all the brands there. Then we have our Kangen water here. Okay, if you are in a live demos, you will appreciate this. Now, at a glance, they all look alike. They all look alike, so you wouldn't tell which one is good, which one is bad. However, this is what we call an ORP meter. Once we test it and it's positive, that thing is oxidizing. You are not it's not going to help your health. If it's negative, it's good. So these are tap water already being tested 500 plus. Please, it will never go back to zero. So you can see we are putting it here 400 plus. Your mineral water is over 400. Your next mineral water, Evian water, is again over 400. Take a look at your soda drink, is 500 plus. Very, very oxidizing. Then take a look at your Kangen water. Suddenly you see a negative in front of it, minus 500, and it keep going up, okay? So that's to tell you there's something different. Now, why is this important? There is a book I like to reference. The title of the book is Healing is Voltage. Healing is Voltage. If you need that book, reach out to the person that invited you. They should be able to get you a copy of that book, either the soft copy, and you can read. It's written by Dr. Jerry Tennant. Now, medically, our human body needs to also be recharged, just like when we charge our phones. Many persons are going through chronic fatigue, so tired, and that was my story. We'll wake up by 6 o'clock in the morning, by 8 o'clock, it's as if my battery has been, we use it to charge something, and my entire system is drained out, chronically fatigued. Now, for your cell maintenance, you need up to minus 20 to minus 25 millivolts of charge. For cell repair and rejuvenation, you need up to minus 50 millivolts of charge. From what we saw, tap water 400 plus, that simply means where I needed a minus 50 and I'm getting a 400 plus, that is all 8 times not helping my body to repair itself. The other ones, 400, 400, 400, they are not helping your body, 8x. So our soda drink at 500 plus. When I needed a minus 50, I'm getting a minus 500 and counting. That is 10 times, 10x, really not helping your body. Then suddenly, in this case, we even saw the Kangen water at a minus 500. It means minimally this water has a 10x effect in helping your body to heal and to restore very fast. 1 glass of Kangen water is equivalent to 94 bananas. None of us here can consume 94 bananas at a go, but that is what you get. The antioxidant value in 94 bananas is what is condensed in 1 glass of Kangen water. So please, if you have Kangen water given to you, drink away. You've not been given lots of bananas. 38 carrot equivalent, 64 apples. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and we give you 64 apples in a glass. So we've kept the doctor away from you for multiple days and months ahead. This is what people get to put in their body. The other forms of water that you take, please ask yourself and ask them, is the water an antioxidant? Do they have antioxidants in the water? so that you know what you are taking. Number two, every time we talk about water, what readily comes to people's mind is alkaline water. So we talk about the various brands of alkaline water they take. We have a popular one here in Lagos, Lasena. People mention different things they take. It's all good. Those of us that are science students that did any form of chemistry, you will understand this chart. This is your pH chart. And once your color range goes towards the left, is acidic. Anything acidic is sickness. If your color range goes towards the right, it's alkaline. Anything alkaline is good for your health. But how do we test this out? Here we go again. Checking the same set of glasses that were before us. So nothing has changed. All we just introduced here is a pH tester. This is a methylene drop, what we used back in school for titration, chemistry class. You remember, science students? Okay, so our practical classes continue. All we just did was to drop this pH drops into the water. And you can see varying color. Look at the last one where the Kangen is. You can see a deeper purple color. Very, very powerful. I mean, this is pure science, so nothing is being tampered with here. It reveals. Why do we encourage you to take Kangen water? This is what happens when you begin to take Kangen water. Guys, look at that. It raised it up. Look at this water. It's very acidic. What happened? It raised it up. Take a look at this Fiji water. What happens? It raised it up. Take a look at this Evian bottled water. It raised it up. But hey, guys, peel your eyes. Take a look at this soda drink. Nothing is changing. This is what Pastor K will say, we die here. That's what this water represents. How bad can this get? People drink 3-4 bottles of this a day. Take a look at what a cup of soda does to your body. It turns your body back to acid. It acidifies your body. So now imagine somebody drinking 3 bottles, 4 bottles, 5 bottles a day. I mean, myself and Pastor Dan, I remember sometimes when we were out of the country, there's a particular place, I think we have something Panda, that we normally go like to grab some fast food. The reason we like going there is because you can take unlimited soda drink. You just have a container. Just take your glass and go there, and you just, it's like a tap, flowing tap. And people are just drinking away. So for us, it looks as if, oh, we've just gotten into, it's like throwing a child into a candy shop and say, take as much as possible, not knowing we are acidifying ourselves. You don't want to be a part of this. And why is this important? This is Dr. Otto Heinrich Warburg, the man that discovered the real cause of cancer in 1923. He received the Nobel Prize back in 1931 for physiology. Now, in his work, The Metabolism of Tumor, he demonstrated that all forms of cancers are characterized by 2 basic conditions, what he calls acidosis and hypoxia. Now, you know, hypoxia, obviously, once the body begins to lose the oxygen, it begins to go blue and black, and the person is going. So you already know something is wrong. But what is acidosis? Those things that acidifies our body. It's being said that cancerous tissues are acidic, healthy tissues are alkaline. Some of us have had the saying that diseases don't thrive in alkaline environment, that diseases flourish in acidic environment. So imagine yourself downing 4-5 bottles of those soda poison. Ladies and gentlemen, the diseases of 2024 is not an accident, it's a harvest. It's a harvest because we are the one nurturing it. We actually, we are, I don't know whether we are removing the weeds of health, just to make sure that sickness come. And when it surfaces, people say, how did it come? It's not in our family, God forbid. You begin to pray. And yet we are the one creating the conducive environment for these things to flourish. Now you know better. Number 3 is what we call microcluster. Many of us get to drink water, we feel very bloated. I mean, I traveled last week. Pastor K said he was representing us from Umuahia. I was in Umuahia with him. I'd gone to Umuahia, I'd gone to Yo, and I got to take another form of water. And ladies and gentlemen, I got heavily bloated. I knew the impact of this. Some of us get to take just 75 liters of water. You can travel from Lagos to Nnewi with that 75 liters of water. You can't finish it. A little sip, you feel bloated. That water is called macro water. The human body is 70% water. Your lungs is 90% water. Your blood is water, your skin is water, your muscle is water. And like I said the other day, please encourage our children to drink more water than all these sugar sweetened beverages, because their brains are 70% water. The more they take this acid, they are diluting the effectiveness of their retention, foggy heads and all of that. Sometimes they just need to clear out. I need to clear my head, and you know, go and grab one soda drink. You need to clear your head, grab water. You will be actually hydrating your brain. Your bone is 22% water. Yet 70% of your body is water, and yet people say we are what we eat. No, your math is not correct. You are what you drink. Go and do your Google search on this. You will discover that your human body can go up to 3 weeks without food, but it cannot go 3 to 5 days without water. That tells you the most important sustaining driving force of the human body is water, is fluid. Now, why do we take water? We take water for two basic things. Reason number one, channeling nutrients to the body. We are diverse in this group, different tribes, different exposures, and different way of life. Some of us like the heavy things, what I call what our hand can handle. The African WhatsApp group, akpu, eba, amala, fufu, those kind of, you know, Bright Chimeze and co gang members. Okay, what our hand can handle. We eat that, and it's very okay. We're African are who? Wakanda now. Yes, so I'm in support of eating that. Some of us are eating our beans, very proteinous. Some of us are eating the rice and other kind of beautiful African delicacies that we have here in Africa. But when you finish eating, many of us don't drink water. And by not drinking water, you are delaying the digestion time. Because it takes a while for it to digest, you have eaten, your cell has not eaten. So a lot of people are eating, but their cell are still starving. And the more they eat, the more haggard they look. They do not understand that what you eat is not for your tummy, it's for your cell. So drinking water helps to channel that nutrient to the body. Number two, it helps to detox your. It helps to channel nutrients waste out of your body. Imagine you take all the meals and you don't detox yourself. You're actually allowing layers of toxins to settle in and to come back to hurt you. So this is very important why we should drink water. Like we're discussing, our water has different molecules. Our regular water, bottled water, they are 15 to 20 molecules. And this water makes it difficult to penetrate into the body. So you see, larger clusters limit absorption, but our Kangen water is micro. It's 5 to 6 molecules, okay, in size, and they are very micro, allowing greater penetration and easy absorption by the body. So how does this play out? You will see it here. Please take a look and let's share this together. Now, this is green tea, is twinning green tea. You can use any other tea, but I like the flavor of this tea. So get this green tea, we put them into different glasses. And what do you see? Apply 2 types of water, your tap water, your Kangen water. Ladies and gentlemen, the same thing. One is making tea, the other one is not. Why? Kangen water is so micro, it gets into the sac very fast. It gets into your cell very fast. Somebody think, oh, there's something special about the tea they use the other way. So we take an extract of this tea and we divide it into 2 so that you can know if the same extract now, not that it's 2 different tea bags, the same extract, right? Okay, let's take the same bodies of water. Tap water, Kangen water, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, one water is diluting your meal, one water is enhancing your meal. One water is extracting the value of what you ate. So you ate beans, you ate your rice, you ate your salad. Whatsoever nutrient and ingredient was there, one water is pulling it. And you can see how rapid. And ladies and gentlemen, they are both cold water, room temperature, not hot water. Because for you to make tea, averagely, you might need to boil it. But you can see as we're just pouring it in, it is extracting, which is why this water gets into your body 10 to 30 seconds, your hair, your head, your cells, everything begin to experience this water. Some of us, within 3 to 5 minutes, we find ourselves going to the restroom because it is penetrating so fast. You may get the experience of drinking 5 liters of this water, even within a space of 30 minutes, and you are not bloated. Why? Your entire body is receiving it. This is what we call health by cellular hydration. Very, very powerful and potent. Lots of medical doctors are talking about this. A couple of books for your reference. Change Your Water, Change Your Life is one book I strongly recommend you read. We have the hard copy for those of us that may want to get it. You can get it. Richard Tusova invited you how to get this book, the hard copy, but also have some of the soft copy, so that in case you want to read. But it's just a 60-page book. It will blow your mind what water does. I tell you, when you finish reading this book, if you think you are coming out from Shiloh or you're having a special Holy Ghost conference, okay? Why? The kind of testimonies that you read from this book, they look so unreal, and yet it's water. I have this book here, Killing Cancer, Not People, written by Dr. Bob Wright. Now, Robert Wright, he's the founder of the American Anti-Cancer Institute. He wrote this book 20 years ago. In his view, cancer is bad, but what is killing more people than cancer is the chemo and radiation. I had the opportunity to be on a very long call today, talking to a friend of mine, my childhood friend. We're so close. I didn't know she had this. She went through this. I don't want to call it evil experience, but anything that fights your health is evil. And she said, look, throughout 2019, I was battling with cancer. And she said, listen, I know what you're talking about. It was what helped me to pull through. So Bob Wright said, we've got to kill cancer and not people, because we're seeing more. In fact, there was a man that came to my facility. He came with a wife. He said, rather than take the next chemo, he would rather die. He will rather die. He said because of the damaging impact on his health. But again, that's his decision. As always, consult with your doctor for your decision. But this is what Bob Wright says in chapter 6 of his book. Step 3 of the cancer diet. He calls it diet. How many of us remember classes of food? Carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, mineral, fat, and oil. And what do we have as the last one? Number 6 is always water. They say classes of food. They mention water, not classes of drink. Because your water is food. So perhaps I saw Anita and I came to Anita and I said, oh, Anita, have you eaten? Whereas Anita is having a glass of water. He said, no, I'm waiting for my food. What you have holding in your hand is food. And that's what science says, that it's food. So restructured ionized water could save your life. 3 reasons Bob Wright gave why this is impacting the health of people with cancer, stroke, and different chronic issues. Number 1, he said because of the low microclustering capability. We saw how fast this water got into the tea bag and extracted it very, very fast. 10 seconds. In fact, people that see this thing happen under 3 seconds. As I'm just pouring the water, it's extracting very fast. Very, very fast. Number 2, strong alkalinity. You saw when we're doing the pH test, you can see even the Kangen water was even helping other acidic water to become Kangerized. Strong alkalinity. And number 3, most importantly, the low negative ORP. Low negative ORP. I tell people, listen, even if your water color looks brownish, look reddish, and it has a negative ORP, consume it, and you'll be seeing the wonders of God in your health. Negative low RP. So Dr. Bob Wright says with this, he believes that ionized water is a mandatory baseline requirement for those with cancer, for those with tumors, for those fighting chronic diseases, chronic fatigue, that this water truly will help. Dr. Shinya also gave his voice to this. He wrote the book, The Enzyme Factor. He said, diet for the future. Remember, Dr. Bob Wright said, diet for the future. He also used the word diet, front page of his book. He said, diet for the future that will prevent heart disease, cure cancer, and stop type 2 diabetes. And I said, who makes this kind of claim? You know, in Europe and America, you don't make claim. You'll be sued. But this man, front page, is an insert in his book, front page. He said, I can cure cancer. I can stop type 2 diabetes. I can prevent heart diseases. Who is this man? Well, the medical doctors understand and they know him because there's a process they call colonoscopy. That's what they call the Shinya method. This is the man that invented that process. He's the chief of endoscopy at Israel Medical Center in New York. He's the professor of surgery at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine in New York. This man has performed over 360,000 colonoscopy processes with a 100% track record of being successful, not one failure or reversal. Ladies and gentlemen, If you do any form of experiment on human lives, not on pigs, not on rabbits, and you have 10,000 successful outcome, we should applaud you. If you have 100,000 successful case reported, that is phenomenal. If you have 200,000, my God, you are doing wonders. When you have over 300,000, not one failure reversal, that's what we call game over. Case closed. We rest our case. And this man went ahead to say Kangen water is alkaline-rich water in his book, considered to be the very best drinking water because of its incomparable powers of hydration, detoxification, and antioxidation. What more, he's written 4 books, and all his books, he makes sure people get to know about Kangen water because of the effect and its impact on people's health. These are some of his works. We checked it out. We have the video of all of this. You can ask whoever invited you. They might send you the video so that you can preview this. These are no Photoshops. It checks you are inflamed. 3 months drinking Kangen water, what happened? The entire colon system is cleaned out. This is chronic constipation. Those of us in the southwest of Lagos will say, wow, mummy, Ajakota, mummy, you eat, you don't drink water. Congratulations. Storing toxin. 45-year-old lady, the breast is becoming cancerous. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 months beginning to drink the water, all those toxins are flushed out, they are neutralized, and she's getting herself back. What do we talk about? People, for men, especially men 40 and above, we're having prostate issues. Once your PSA goes beyond 5, you know you are beginning to have concerns with prostate. But this is even a case with chemo being done. You can see the effect, blacken, darken the entire cell, kill it, and all the impact. The negative impact is more, some people can't even stand that. But this is 3 months after drinking the water. It's a water therapy, drinking the Kangen therapy, drinking the water, everything is reversed and turned around. And people say, can this be real? Yes, it's real. It's real for Madam Titilayo, patient, okay? Now, she had cancer. She had spent, she had done 6 chemos. She was on her last line of life because they've told her when she was to pass on, she was just counting days. And that was when a mutual friend of ours, Chizoba, I remember August 2022, brought her to our facility then at Maryland in Lagos. And she came, drank the water, pale looking. She was coming all the way from Redeem Camp, and she drank the water and she went back home. The next day, she was screaming. Something was already happening to her. That due to the toxicity of the chemo she was taking, she has high palpitation. At night, she cannot sleep. And when she drank the water, she discovered the 24 hours up till today, that palpitation ceased 100%. No hiccup, nothing of such. And she was wondering what is happening because I noticed she started coming to the office practically every day to get the water. Ladies and gentlemen, the next picture you see in the middle, that is her 5 weeks later. 5 weeks later, already glowing, already changing, and this is who she represents today. She went back to her doctors 4 months down the line. They said, what have you been taking? She said, what's happening? They said, from our test, you have no history of cancer, past, present, or future. She's alive today. She's a survivor, and she's sharing her story. The last time I know, she was in Canada, just getting to unwind and have her life back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is possible. And just like I said, I was sharing with an old friend today who told me this water gave me my life back. It gave me the opportunity to fight my cancer back in 2019 and 2020. He said, when I go to the national hospital in Abuja, he said the doctor will tell the patients to come ask me what I was taking because they didn't understand what was happening to me, how I was recovering, how I was bouncing back. It can be your own story or the story of a loved one who this might be of benefit with. For talking about diabetes, and Madam Peggy's story is one that comes to mind. I remember she discharged herself from the hospital. Again, please, these are not our recommendations. Work with your doctor, but she had been at the hospital for 2 weeks. She was getting worse. She was having the leg edema, leg was getting swollen and all of that. Her sugar reading was 425. Somebody had walked into the hospital and met her and said, you are still here. What's happening? She said, well, the doctors are trying their best, said they could do better. There's somewhere you can go and get yourself some water. Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady, she's not young, okay? She jumped out of the bed, went to the doctor. told them to discharge her. They had their arguments, and she was willing to pen down and write, and they should discharge her, which the doctors did. And she came to the facility. Interestingly, I was standing with Mr. Dan. Can remember that day just like yesterday. And she just walked in through the door, just opened it up, stood at the middle of the door and said, "Where the water?" Those were the exact words she used, "Where the water?" I turned around, I looked at her, I said, "Which water?" She said, "The same, I can't carry water." I said, "Sorry, there is no water here." She said, "You must give me the water." She was very aggressive. Now, I didn't get to understand what was happening, because you cannot discharge yourself from the hospital and they tell you there's a solution somewhere. You get there and they tell you that solution is not available. How will she go back to the hospital? Well, she gave us some heat. When Davido sang, "Them Go Feel It," really, we felt it that day. So we gave her the water. She drank the water. 4 days down the line, she was screaming, sharing her story. She said she cannot believe she's been in the hospital. Her diabetic reading was 425. In just 4 days of drinking the water, it has crashed to 175. Do we talk about stories of the effect on BP? Do we share stories on dialysis patients? Do we have stories on sickle cell? Do we tell stories of, listen, ladies and gentlemen, there are too many things. We have some of these on videos. You can reach out to whoever invited you. They will send videos to you of people using their own words to share what is happening to them and the results they got. Somebody's looking at this and said, "Oh, that simply means Kangen water heals." Ladies and gentlemen, please, Kangen water does not heal. Let me say it in capital letter. It does not cure. But am I not contrasting myself, because I just showed pictures and evidences of people health transformation, and I'm saying the water does not heal? Yes, the water does not heal. You had me right. Please represent it right. The water does not cure. So what is happening here? For those of us who joined much earlier, we said Kangen in Japan means back to origin, return to origin. You saw what happened when I turned the Kangen water even to some of those other bodies of water that were acidic, less alkaline. All the water did, it raised them up to the premium level of the Kangen water. So when you take Kangen water raises your body for your body to heal itself. It's the human body healing itself, not Kangen water. Listen, I tell people this, and some of us who are ladies here, and if you have any form of science, you will understand this. When children are born, babies are born, they smell alkaline. Leave the postnatal ward, walk into the old people's ward. From the door, you perceive a choking sulfuric acidic smell. We are born alkaline, we die acidic. Your job is to make sure you create a balance, which is why you must stop acidifying your body, because you'll be damaging your body. So Kangen water simply raises your body for your body to begin to heal itself. For many of us here, you take your drug, you feel fine, you stop taking the drugs. What happens if your drug becomes your water? Do you now understand the lasting impact of this water on our health? Because whether you are sick or you are healthy, you still drink water. You are rich, you are poor, you still drink water. So why not take water that becomes healthy for you? That taken out of the way, we have our clean water. Again, you can still drink your clean water. You can wash with your clean water. You can do a lot of things with your clean water. But please do not take any medically prescribed drug with our Kangen water. It's recommended, okay, that you do not do so. The reason is that our medical drugs, they have side effects, and which is why they get into your body slowly, what they call slow release into the bloodstream. So imagine you now take a type of water that within 10 seconds begin to pull all of that thing into your cell, into your bloodstream. There might be some form of reaction. So we strongly recommend you take your drugs, your medically prescribed drugs, with your clean water. If you have a Kangen machine, so good, beautiful, take it with a pH of 7. Now, within 15 to 20, 30 minutes later, you can revert back to your Kangen water. I hope that is clear, so that you don't use your Kangen water to take these drugs. But if you're taking anything that is supplement and natural, you can go ahead and take them with Kangen water. That's water number 2. Water number 3 is beauty water. This is one of my favorite water, because it's the same pH with the human skin. Enough of the chemicalization of our skin, the bleaching and all the conditions in trying to get beautiful. I'm seeing some kind of ugly things trend right now, especially in Lagos. Young ladies are turning red. Their faces are turning red. The chemical is so bad. their skin begin to go red. If they stop, it goes black. If they continue, it deepens the redness. It's madness. Then some of them will now use foundation. The entire face now become brownish to shield it. Listen, what are we looking for? Damaging the skin. Well, even if you have that condition, there is a solution. Because with your Kangen Beauty Water, it relieves dryness. Those of us that are up north, you'll be experiencing something totally different when you see this water on your skin. You feel this energizing effect. It controls oil. It reduces dark circles. So those of us that have those patches, burns, and all those conditions, this water helps to reduce those circles. It brightens your skin. For those of us that have been in a live demo, immediately I spray it on your hand. Within a minute, your hand begins to glow. It brightens your skin. It refines your pores. Those of us that snack a lot on granite like I do, it relieves pimples. It lifts your skin. It moisturizes your hair. It relieves sensitive skin. Some of us, we travel, we change environment, we change water, our skin reacts. It reduces eye bags, suits your skin after treatment, your aftershave and whatever. Use this water. You'll be having a tremendous smoother skin. It moisturizes your skin. It makes your skin to be very firm. This water is a must experience. If I ask you right now to tell me the taste of vanilla ice cream, some of us, you can picture the taste, but you can't explain it because you can only experience it. What I'm talking about, beauty water, cannot be explained. You can only experience it. And you don't need more than 1 minute to give me a result on how this works. So that's beauty water, water number 3. Water number 4 is what we call the strong Kangen water. Please, all of these bodies of water are coming out from the same machine. One machine is producing this. Because we have something else. They're only just producing clean water. It cleans your water. No, we are not talking about clean water. We have clean water. Okay, we're talking various types of water for various conditions and health use or home use. So this strong Kangen water, is being used for, that's what Bob Wright recommends for people with cancer. Anybody going through cancer, taking chemo, radiation, please, you need 11.5. Before, during, and after, you will be thanking God that you got this information earlier enough. Well, we also use it for our fruit and our veggies. For our ladies in the room tonight, if I ask you how do you wash your fruit and your veggies, many of us will say, oh, we use water. We use we use water. Some people add salt. Some people use apple cider, vinegar, and all of that. Beautiful ways to rinse all the things on our fruit. But let me show you a better way in 1 minute how we do this. So take a look. This is sesame oil. And this oil, I put it into different glasses, okay? So let's take a look. Yeah, so I take tap water and I pour. What do you see with our tap water? Elementary science will tell you oil and water don't mix. So what do you see? The oil is still floating. Oil and water don't mix. It's common science. Let's use our 11.5, the same oil. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at here, that's not milkshake. That is not kunu. That's not bombita. This is emulsification. So imagine people with cholesterol issues, oil in the body, and I happen to take this water, it just gets into my body, decoagulates the oil, and just flushes it out. People are having great testimonies with this. But hey, this is where we even get to apply this, using it for our fruit and vegetable. How do you wash your food? With water, yes. How do we wash ours? Now that we know, with our strong Kangen water 11.5. I will encourage you, allow it to be for about 3 minutes, okay? 3 minutes, okay? Because the family will be waiting for the food very fast. Well, if you were to wash your fruit and vegetables, you rinse them. I used to sell ugu for my mom, okay, pumpkin. Now, when you rinse and it comes out clean, it means, okay, the water is clean, the fruit or the vegetable is good to go. But ladies and gentlemen, watch what you're about to see. The same fruit, different water, different color. What you thought was taken care of by your tap water was still there. This is called pesticides. This is herbicides. These are all the chemicals that are on the fruit. If I were to give you this colored green tea look-alike water to drink, some of them will say, God forbid, it's poison. However, if I'd given you this clear water to drink, perhaps you would have. Or I gave you the fruit from it. You start munching, you start eating. or using it to do your smoothie. But suddenly you find out that if you are taking all of this fruit to do your smoothie, using your normal tap water, all these chemicals are in that smoothie. So are you really getting the benefit of the health that you are going for by taking that smoothie when it is actually chemicalized, poisoned with pesticides and herbicides? How did we get there? The farmers trying to preserve their crops, they use pesticides. They use oil-based pesticides so that these things don't, when they water it, it doesn't get washed off. You get to buy your produce, you find out it's glossy, you think it is healthy. No, it's not healthy. It's the oil-based pesticide that is sticky on it. And now, when they harvest it and send to the market, they don't remove the chemical. Whose job is it to do that? It is yours. And ladies and gentlemen, what happens? You buy them, even apple on the streets, in traffic, if you're in Lagos, you use the other hand, buy bottled water, you wash it, you start munching, and all the chemicals are on it. So someone said, I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm taking fruit, but you are taking chemicalized poison fruit. How many of us know your beans? There's a lot of us in Africa, in Nigeria, our beans are being preserved with snipers. People take snipers to commit suicide. Imagine me putting sniper just a little bit. No, I don't want you to die today. I want it to be a slow death. And just keep dropping it every single day. You've got to pay attention to what we eat, especially now that people are doing so many things. Some of our fruit are being preserved with carbide. Do you know the chemical component of that? Do you know the impact of that on our health? For us, once it looks ripe, once it looks edible, you munch away. Tomorrow something is happening to that family, and they said it's not in our family. The things you eat now, do you think they are the same thing that our forefathers ate? You've got to pay attention. Finally, is what we call the 2.5. This is strong acidic water. This water actually has been used. This year will make it 50 years. They've been using this since 1974 in all Japanese hospitals. When Energic started, actually what they were producing this for the hospital. It's 30 years ago, 1994, they began these productions for in-home use. But they use this as a very strong cleaning and disinfecting solution. You can sanitize your knife, your cutting board, you can disinfect your hand, you can disinfect your toothbrush, you can clean your skin, you can remove a whole lot of things that it does. These are some of the effects. This is eczema. You're having this skin condition, and it's not going away, it's just getting worse. Take this 2.5 and spray. It's so powerful, it kills all known E. coli, bacteria, fungi in 30 seconds. No, 99.9999% dead in 30 seconds. If you have any lab here, request for the water, take it to your lab and verify what I've just said. It is verified. Very, very strong and potent. Treating psoriasis, the weather is very hot. I don't know what the weather looks like in the north, but even those of us in the southern west, is it we're in the south, yeah? I don't know where Lagos is now, but the weather is very hot. And people are itching, and you are seeing the psoriasis spreading. This thing sounds like chemo for the skin on its own. It doesn't harm you, because once it gets to this bacteria, whatever is causing this spread, it kills it within 30 seconds, fries it, kills it, dries it up, and your skin begins to return back. That's how powerful this thing is. This man worked in the hospital for 11 years. They couldn't fix this. This was a 60-day result, 30 days, 60 days. Just taking Kangen water, drinking, and applying the 2.5 on his skin, and it was just killing the entire thing and getting his skin to be restored. Ladies, how do you feel when you have these conditions on your face? But right now, you can fix it. Some people have acne, some people have pimples. Some people's pimples, you can grate cassava with it, so sharp. That shouldn't be an experience. Get 2.5. Use it as a foundation. It kills all the bacteria. Apply your beauty water. 7 days later, give me your story. Let's know what you now look like. This is what we are talking about here. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you see any value? Give me a 1 in the chat room if you see any value from what we have discussed so far. Okay? Who sees any value? Please give me a 1 in the chat room. Let me know you are following and you see value. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Pastor Sebas sees value. Dan sees value. Busaya, thank you very much, Pastor Busaya, for joining. He sees value. Bola Joko sees value. Anita, thank you, sees value. Guys, this thing is very, very valuable. And this is why we are sharing this with you. Now, this is the best gift for your family right now. And interestingly, it's on sale. It's on sale. I tell people health is not an expense, it's an investment. As a matter of fact, no matter how beautiful your future is, it takes your health to get there. Some of us are planning for the best Christmas of 2024, but it takes your health to get there. Some of us are planning gold, the houses, the lands, the vacations. It takes your health to get there. Have you ever been on a vacation and you are sick on that vacation? Nothing excites you. I've been on it. I've been there. Got a vacation. Everybody is smiling. We are jumping. They are cruising. You can't even come out. You don't even want to come out. It takes your health to enjoy the promise of God and all the things you are praying and believing God for. It's not an expense. It is an investment. Thank you, please. Thank you, Allah. It is an investment. So today, this is our super crafted K8. We call it K8. This product is a touch screen. It's the iPhone category of our series. It speaks 8 languages. Once you put your hand on the screen, these buttons come out. It has 8 pure titanium platinum plates, producing 6 liters of water per minute. This device has a global switch. The voltage in Nigeria is 220, electric voltage power. If you go travel abroad, it moves to 120. But if you carry this device, ladies and gentlemen, if you travel to the US, it switches itself automatically to their voltage. If you come to Nigeria, it switches itself back. So you don't need a step up or a step down. This is a must experience device. Interestingly, this device is going for a sale price of 6,235,000 naira. Somebody said 6 million. Wow, isn't that expensive compared to what? Okay, Olushola, I'll come back to take your question. Somebody said, isn't that expensive? I said, compared to what? You must understand and put these things in perspective. Now, let's even just imagine. Now, imagine what it will feel like not to renew that expensive prescription drug or to be free of its side effect. Some of us are what they call polypharmacists. We are loaded with prescription drugs. There are too many testimonies I can go ahead to tell and share. People spending as much as 84 million naira just for a disease, for a condition. 84 million. And you are seeing a device that is 6 million plus. Ladies and gentlemen, in spending that 84 million naira, which other family member was taking his medication? None, one person. Some of us are spending 5 million, yet only one family member. Imagine if we were to buy a device like this and the entire lineage, the entire compound, the entire community can have access. Don't you think that's a better value? This is what we are talking about here by sharing this. Well, let's even imagine, how will you feel like if you were to experience more energy, less pain, or finally you lose that weight? What would it feel like to feel healthy again? Do you know that once you get your health back, you know, once you get your health back, nobody will tell you, which is why it's so important. I knew what it meant for me to wake up 6 o'clock and by 8 a.m., the cell battery of my life was drained out. I needed to plug it again until I experienced this. Today, I'm gallivanting and jumping everywhere. Well, some people might say, oh God, I wish there was another option. Well, your prayers have just been answered. We have our flagship model. This has 7 solid platinum plates. The other one has 8. The other one is touchscreen. This one is not. The other one has a global switch. If you move this one from Nigeria to the US, you will need a step-down transformer. If you bring it from the US to Nigeria, you will need a step-up transformer. But it does wonderfully well. And this device is nothing short but miracle for 4,837,500 naira. You can experience health again. Whether you are going for the K8 or you are going for the SZ501, it is priceless. It's a medical device, ISO certified, producing 11.5 and 2.5, 5-year warranty, 30 years, this year makes it 30 years plus. When we get to the exact 30 years in June, they will move it. You now see 30 years because every time they meet this milestone and they are all still working. Remember, it's Japan. When you talk about quality, durability, something with peace of mind, you understand the Japanese technology. If you are in Nigeria, you want to make payment, this is the account number to make payment to. It's a Providus Energy Africa Limited. Make your payment by Monday, your machine will be ready. If you make payment between Monday to Friday, you can walk to the office and in 20 minutes, you get your machine out so that you can get your water fixed and all of that within 24 hours. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are talking about. If you are outside Nigeria, you are perhaps outside Nigeria within the African region, you are not paying in Naira, you'll be paying in euro, okay? 3,741 euro. They have a euro account you can pay and pick up and all of that, unless you are in Nigeria living in another place and you want to buy, use a Nigerian address and all of that. But again, Get Back to Silver invited you. They will help you to do that. Now, let's wrap this up within 10 minutes. How do you turn your water to wine? Oh, sorry, to wealth. Because for many of us, if I say I turn water to wine, somebody will kidnap me and take me to one warehouse in Newi, and so I should be producing fresh Jesus type of wine. Okay, so how do we turn our water to wealth? Let's share this in another 10 minutes. Now, Warren Buffett said something interesting. He said, whatever you like to do, make it a hobby. Whatever the world likes to do, you make it a business. How does that play out? Understanding that the energy marketing plan, it's a global business. Now, it's a proven device for the mass market. And anyone who drinks water is a prospect. Anyone drinking water is a prospect, okay? So understand that. Anyone who drinks water is a prospect. Everybody might not be able to afford it, but they can experience the water to be able to share with somebody else. The company this year is celebrating their 50th anniversary, so they are not on trial. The energy business has no monthly qualification, no stocking, no loading, no inventory, no annual renewal. We are not doing auto ship. There is accumulative sale, international borderless sponsoring. Like I said, you can stay in any part of the world and register somebody who buys the machine in any other part of the world. The compensation plan is patented, which is what blew my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, this year makes it 30 years they have not changed their compensation plan. They have not altered their compensation plan in 30 years. Some of us have been joining things that you join in the morning, in the evening, they don't change the plan. You join something in January, by mid-January, they've already changed the plan. How many companies do you know in the last 2 years that have not even changed their plan? Not talk of those of them in the Nigerian ecosystem where government policies will run them out. Ladies and gentlemen, this company in 30 years is patented, they cannot. So if you think you are too creative, just hold on because they are not going to change it for you. This is how it runs. We have the normal network marketing model, binary, and nothing is wrong with that. Good, bad, and ugly, they exist. But we run a direct sales. So you come in, you buy a machine, you have an ID. Somebody buys the machine through you. You cannot walk to the office and ask for a machine to be sold to you. Nobody will do that. They will ask for an ID of somebody who owns the machine. You need somebody's ID to buy it. When you buy, you are now, when you sell, that's your direct sale. You sold to these people. Now, you now make a sale. They now make a sale to their own friends. That's what we call indirect sales. So when we add direct sales plus indirect sales, that is a group sale. So group sale is not your sale. It's the entire tribe's sale. What you made to your people and who they sold to, that makes a group sale. I hope you are following because I want to pace up. The weather is changing fast here so that our network can stay strong. Now, the company pays 10 ways, 10 different amazing ways. We normally run workshop just to break all of this down, but for tonight, let's focus on one. We call it the 8A or the 8-point commission. From our flagship product example, when you buy a machine, the SD501, they take out 2 million naira out of this to divide into 8 parts. That's what we call it the 8 A's or 8 points. How does that work? 2 million divided by 8 will give you 1 A is equals to 250,000. 250,000 times 8 will give you 2 million. So you already get that. Now, how do I get my machine for free? How do I make money out from this? It's 100% optional, but it's up to you. The first person who buys the machine from you, you are going to earn 250,000 naira. First sale of a machine, you make 250,000 naira. It might look small. Second machine you buy, you sell, To anybody who buys a machine, probably who comes to experience the water, they like the impact, they want to own it in their house and all of that, you earn 250,000. So ladies and gentlemen, you've made 2 sales and you've just earned $500,000 naira. It may not mean much to you, but that puts you in a point we call 1A. So 1A is a sale made to 2 people. Okay, you are a 1A rank. For you to go to the next rank of earning, okay, you make a 3rd sale. The 3rd person you make a sale to qualifies you as a 2A rank partner, and now you earn 500,000. Remember, every A is 250,000. So when I add 250 to another 250, 2A, you are earning 500,000. So ladies and gentlemen, just 3 people, you've already earned ₦1,000,000 naira. The cost of your machine is already coming back, okay? Meanwhile, you are drinking your water. You get to 3A when you have 10 cumulative sales. Remember, I said cumulative is not your sale, it's the sale of the entire team. You could have been the one actually who made the 10 sale, it will still count, okay? When you have 10 cumulative sales and you make your next direct sale, you have opened up the 3A earning of 750,000 naira per sale of machine. I'll be throwing more light, just hang on a bit. Now, for you to go to the next rank of 4A, you need 20 cumulative sales. Ladies and gentlemen, remember I said cumulative. It means there's no flushing of point. It can take you forever to get there. Anytime you get there, you qualify for this. Not fresh 20 is a continuation from the 10. It's when it's cumulative. So I already had 10. Any extra 10 coming from all my team, somebody there could have spoken to his community, to his church, to his senator, and they bought 10 machine, you are a 4A rank member. All you just need is to activate a personal sale, and now you are earning 1,000,000 naira per sale of the machine. You get to a 5A rank when you do 50 cumulative, not fresh 50 continuation from the 20. Now you are earning 1.25 million. And you get to a 6A where you start earning 1.5 million naira per sale of this machine. That is because you have a cumulative of 100 machine. Again, not you selling 100, your entire tribe and the people who join you on this journey and this project having a total of 100 machines. So from your 101, you're already a 6A earner. Now, let me bring this to life and use somebody here so that we understand. And everything I'm going to be showing here will be in Naira. So let me use Busayo. I see Busayo here. So let me use Busayo. So Busayo, this is you. And Busayo comes and talks to Tom, a friend. Tom decides to buy a machine. Tom will be in 1A. Remember, I said your first person puts you on a 1A rank. So Busayo, you will earn 250,000 naira if you were following. Busayo decides to bring in Shade, a close relative. Shade buys a machine, still 1A. Your first 2 persons are 1A. That means Busayo still earns 250,000. That's already 500,000. Busayo brings Amen, another pharmacist friend of his, and decides to buy a machine. Now, remember, it is Busayo's 3rd sale. So that means Busayo is now 2A. So is placed on the 2A, and Busayo will now earn 500,000. 3 sales, 1,000,000 naira. Now, Busayo, please take a look. Tom goes ahead to make a sale to Grace, not Busayo. Busayo will still earn 250,000. Grace makes a sale to Pearl. Busayo will earn 250,000. Pearl makes a sale to Otto. Busayo will earn 250,000 until it gets to the 8th point, until that 2 million is used up. Busayo will keep earning as it goes down. Have you noticed Busayo is earning as if he brought those guys in? This is the difference with what you have ever done. Now, Busayo is so excited looking at these sales and looking at the millions coming in already. He goes ahead perhaps to bring in Eno. Eno is his 4th sale. But ladies and gentlemen, somebody will say, oh, that's a 3A sale. For you to be on a 3A, you need 10 cumulative. If we calculate, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a total of 7 sales. It's not yet 10. Once it is sub 10, that is still a 2A. So Eno will be on a 2A and Busayo will earn 500,000. But ladies and gentlemen, if Eno goes ahead and share with 3 of her friends, and they buy Ali, Abu, and Annie, why Eno sells to Ali and Ali buys a machine, Eno will earn 250 because that is her first sale, 1A, but Busayo will earn 500,000. Any more than the person that made the sale? Yes, because Eno is on a 500,000 earning leg. Eno makes a second sale to Abu, sale 2. Eno will earn 250,000, Busayo will earn 500,000. Eno makes a sale to Annie, Busayo will still earn 500,000. At this point, this is a total of 10 sales. Any sale made after this
in the family platform
will be a 3A sale.
I sent it to you.
Okay. Who is there? Okay, Charles. Okay, I mute. Okay. So any sales done after the 10th person for Busayo will be a 3A sale, and that's 750,000 if you are following. But let's look at this. Annie goes ahead and share with Babs. Busayo will earn 500,000. Annie makes a sale to Ben. Busayo will earn 500,000. Annie makes a sale to Bob. Busayo will earn 500,000. Bob makes a sale to Joe. Busayo will earn 500,000. Bob makes a sale to Jack. Busayo will earn 500,000. Bob makes a sale to John. Busayo will earn 500,000. Ladies and gentlemen, under Eno alone, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 million naira. And all that Busayo did was just to bring them up under 500,000, and 5 million has been created. And everything under Eno can be replicated under another 5 million. And Shade has not moved, Tom has not moved, Chuks has not moved. Even under Eno, both Ali and Abu have not moved, because everything Annie here is doing, Abu and Ali can do, and Busayo can keep earning. Guys, this is what we are talking about here. By the time you are able to pace up and build a team of people using personally, remember everything is accumulating. So people can just buy just to use. It's still accumulating. Once you have 20 group sale, you have 4A. Now is a million naira. You get 50 people who in your tribe who have now bought the machine. You have 5A now, 1,250,000. You get up to 100 sales. That's 1.5 million. Anybody that joins you from the 101 till infinity as a sale directly under Busayo will be making 1.5 million. So let's say the month of April, Busayo makes 10 sales. That's 15 million. If those 10 people make one sale each, that's also another 15 million for Busayo. Whereas the 1,250 leg is still on, the 1 million leg is still on, Chuks is still on, and it's structure. Guys, what happens if all of these people are just going pari passu, making sales, introducing this, running webinars, just like we're doing, supporting people? What do you think will happen to Busayo? This is the picture we are trying to let people understand, that you can drink and you can grow rich. As we bring this to a close, you become a 6A, you earn $3,000 additional. Help 2 people to become 6A, you become a 6A to $6,000 additional. Help 2 people to go to a 6A2 like you become a -2, $12,000 additional. Now, I hope you know all this will not be happening without things happening in those various legs where you are earning heavily in those millions in naira. Help 2 people to go to a 6A2-2, you become a -3. Now you get $25,000 once and $5,000 monthly for life. Somebody said, hold on. What did you just say? By helping 2 people to get to a 6A2-2, just 2, not 10, you become a 6A2-3. They give you $25,000 once and they place you on $5,000 monthly for life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 30 years, they have not changed it. So don't think because you want to join, they will now change it. They will now be threatened. No, it is already patented and fixed. Imagine somebody receiving $5,000. Dollar is about 1,500, 7.5 million naira every single month for the rest of your life. And yet other commissions are coming in. Get to a -4, they give you $50,000, they raise your monthly take away, like senators, to $10,000 per month. Get to a -5 by helping people to a -4, you get $100,000 and it's now $15,000 secured for life. And ladies and gentlemen, my point here is that all of these are extra perks because none of this will be happening without activities in those various legs. And perhaps they are happening in your billion legs. Guys, this is crazy. Get people to -5, you become a -6, $200,000, $20,000 monthly. There is even somebody on a -7, Cynthia Brigante. She's 6A14-7, 6A14, too much money. Ladies and gentlemen, this is real. So what do? Join us. Use the product. Use the product. You might, oh, okay, let me gather my money, but let me start using the product. Look for the closest place to start using the product. Refer the products to others. Gather customers. Some of them, by doing so, they come back and they enroll. You can now build a team. That's what my two lovely partners here, Banke Odofi Bankebe and Mommy Fumi Adekwite, who is also on this call, are doing passionately. We have lots of real life testimonies. But already my weather forecast is like it's about to rain, and I don't want this network to just break us up. So I will encourage you, reach out to whosoever invited you. We have too many recorded testimonies. People are sending their testimonies every day. And for please, if you use this water in any form, way, or shape, and you're having testimonies, encourage others. These things are not fetish. It's not a joke. Let people know you used it and it's working, and share your story. This is why we say if you change your water, you will change your life. I will encourage you to get back to the person who shared this with you so they can show you how to get started with this innovative water technology. I do know times are challenging, but when life gives you lemon, squeeze it into a glass of Kangen water and everything will be all right. My name is Solomon James. I want to say thank you so very much for being part of this call, and God richly bless you. If anyone has a question, one question, why I stop the recording so that we have something to reference. Thank you very much.